So with our lovely Miss P, ready, Pepper? Nice. So remember how I've mentioned in the past, this is very much so like an indoor dog park. So I know I've mentioned it in the past where a lot of times the puppies can sometimes run into some hiccups, ready, Pepper, because they smell where other babes have previously gone. So I know I've mentioned it before where this was a doggy daycare for almost 10 years before I moved in. So Miss P was a little hesitant to go to the bathroom. She did pee outside, but I knew she had to go make her poop, but then she didn't quite do it yet. So she ended up having to go potty, and then she did do it in here, but again, no big deal. I'm just glad she felt comfortable enough to go ahead and use the restroom. I know on Tuesday she was a little bit overwhelmed, so going to the restroom for her was a little bit harder. She's also a little bit more noise sensitive, so when she hears those trucks and the big train passing by, it can sometimes be a little overwhelming. Pepper, come. Nice job, cuteness. She's like, well, what's that weird little wild woman doing? So again, we're going to feed right here. Nice. So if, for example, when working with others, so again, I have my little one helping. Oh my gosh, chewing. Ready, find it. So remember how I was mentioning just a little bit earlier is that being able to have her in motion makes her feel a lot less trapped. So when in doubt, movement behaviors are really good for them. So of course she heard her little friend barking, Mr. G. He's taking his little nap, though he says not yet. So with Miss P, if she ever gets a little bit unsure about something, I like to either help her by continuing to move in the bubble and kind of work easier skills. So those could be find it. It could be a little bit of a find it with name recognition. So ready, Pepper, come. So if she's a little bit unsure, I'm going to try. Yes. If you ever try something, oh, find it, and she starts to get a little overwhelmed. So notice how right now her little neighbor, Mr. G, is making a couple little noises. So she's trying to figure out how do we potentially leave the weird ruckus. So I might go give Mr. G a few more little tidbits to work on for choose, and then we'll work a few more little moments for our lovely Miss Lady. But remember, for Miss P, if there's moments where she's a little overwhelmed, don't worry if sometimes you have to lower the criteria, set her up for success with something that's a little easier to deal with, and go from there. So, but for our gorgeous gal, we'll give her a little break from the little human, work another couple little skills, and I'll help Mr. G stay a little bit more occupied while she has some more practice time as well. So we'll give her a little break just for a moment. She's doing a very nice job, though.